ඉතින්ලේ පොඩ කතාර
College Kotahena and Marisala College Nigambo. Marisala College, of course, being the champions of their group in the preliminary rounds, Group A. They beat the defending champions Asian International School in their first match and went on to beat all the other two schools, that is DS Senanaga College Colombo and Ilasal College, in their preliminary rounds, and now they've qualified themselves for the all-important quarter-final of the ThePapare Basketball Championship 2016. And speaking about the lads dressed in green, St.Benedict's College Kotahena, they were the runners-up in Group C, where their matches were played at St. Joseph's College basketball premises in their preliminary rounds. They lost to St. Joseph, the hosts of Group C, in their first match and their final match, and they went on to win all the other encounters that they participated. And it's been a while since St. Benedict's College came into the spotlight of schools basketball, and after laps coached by veteran Rex Clementine, they are now here competing themselves against Marisala College Nigambo in this all-important first quarter-final of the ThePapare Basketball Championship 2016, live and exclusively brought to you by www.thepapare.com, and of course exclusively sponsored by Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, thepapare.com. The tournament, of course, commenced on 8 July. That's the boys' tournament. And the girls' tournament commenced on 1st of July. And the preliminary rounds were played at HFC Colombo and at Good Shepherd Convent. And yesterday, the semi-final of the girls' tournament concluded. And Good Shepherd Convent Kotahena and St. Joseph's Girls' Schools Nugegoda qualified into the final stage. And they will be competing against on 17th of July, the Sunday for the all-important final, which will also be live streamed on thepapare.com. And on the 8th, they commenced the boys' tournament, where preliminary rounds were operated in 4 venues: Marisala College Nigambo, St. Peter's College, Royal College, and St. Joseph's College Colombo. And out of them, Marisala College and St. Benedict's College, Ananda College and St. Thomas's College have already qualified into the quarter-final stage. And today there is a match at Royal College, where Royal College is taking on Lycem International Wattala, and the winners of that match will qualify and play against Ananda College in tomorrow's quarter-final, and the losers will play against St. Thomas's College in the third quarter-final, which is due to start tomorrow. That's the story happening so far on the ThePapare.com Basketball Championship, which is exclusively brought to you by Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, ThePapare.com, from Henry Pedri Stadium. And joining with me in commentary today is Rishan Rizvi. Good afternoon, Rishan.
Good afternoon, Lelu.
It's been quite a while since Sri Lanka schools basketball came into the spotlight in Sri Lanka, and after quite a lapse, to be very certain, now Sri Lanka schools basketball has been escalating, and that's the sole motive of the ThePapare.com as well. Rishan, your thoughts about this?
It's a great initiative by ThePapare.com to come on board and to empower the youngsters to play, and especially bring them into highlight of the all basketball community and the audience. And actually it paves the way to everyone to get to know the game and who are the lads playing, and it's happening at several school venues, so that there's a greater awareness coming to sport, and I'm sure it will help to bring a greater publicity for the sport of basketball and for development in Sri Lanka.
Indeed, Rishan, the entire team and the motive of the ThePapare.com coming forward and sponsoring this under-19 schools basketball tournament is escalating schools basketball, or rather, if you say it in other words, redefining schools basketball is what we thought about. And here we are at the edge of this all-important tournament. Two best schools of Sri Lankan basketball franchise, schools basketball franchise, qualifying into the quarter-final stage. Maharashtra College Nigambu, who unfortunately went off from preliminary rounds last year. They've made themselves worthy and qualified into the quarter-final stage this time around. And St. Benedict's College, as I said before, it's been quite a time since they came into the spotlight, and after around 2-3 years, once again they're playing A division, and they have a pretty good team this year. Maharashtra College, of course, they are really good in their defense. They are playing a defensive game, and they of course transfer their momentum from defense to offense, and that is where they excel at. Benz, they are very good at attacking the defense. That is what they excel at all throughout the preliminary rounds. What we saw was they start on the game from the jump ball and continue on attacking. So Maharashtra defense, they will have to tighten their screws a bit. It's all set here at Maharashtra College Nigambu, dressed in white and red, while dressed in white and green is St. Benedict's College Kotahena. And of course, talking about the starting five of these two teams, going off with Maharashtra College Nigambu. Kavin Patiraja wearing the number 5 jersey, Shenuka Dialvis wearing the number 11 jersey, Nipun Fernand wearing the number 12 jersey, Ronald Pereira wearing the number 14 jersey, and Malshan Rumais wearing the number 30 jersey will be the starting five for Maharashtra College Nigambu, the champions of their group A, and qualifying into the quarterfinals. And the runners-up of Group C, St. Benedict's College, the other team who's competing against Maharashtra in this first quarterfinal of the ThePapare Basketball Championship. Their starting five is as follows. Skipper Dinuka Gamage wearing the number 6 jersey will be starting off for St. Benedict's College, and he'll be followed by number 7 wearing the number 7 jersey, Anton Michael wearing the number 9 jersey, Nisit Pereira wearing the number 11 jersey, Ravinta Pereira wearing the number 12 jersey will be Shimel Hevage, who will be the starting lineup for St. Benedict's College. Maharashtra College versus St. Benedict's, the first quarter-final of the ThePapare Basketball Championship 2016. It's all set to start here. The clocks are ready, the referees are ready. The two teams are warming up a little bit. Do stay tuned on ThePapare.com as we will continue our live broadcast. And reminding you about the match that will be live streamed right after. That will be between St. Joseph's College and Asian International School, who are the defending champions of this under-19 title. They won against Royal College last year at their home venue, and this time it will be a neutral venue, and it will be very interesting to see how these two schools compete against themselves to win this all-important championship. And the final will be held on the 17th of July 2016. It's all set here as the two teams continue their warm-ups.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadika, can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use dialogue data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with dialogue roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need. Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1 for 1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1 for 1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Meh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Yannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use dialogue data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day and...
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with dialogue roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Hello, Machan.
Hi.
මං හිතුවා ඕස්ට්‍රේලියා ගියට පස්සේ ලංකාවේ පාරවල් අමතක වුණා කියලා. හොයාගන්න අමාරු නේද?
ෆෝන් එකේ ඔන්ලයින් මැප් එක තියෙනවනේ. මෙහෙ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් හරි ෆාස්ට්. එන ගමන් ඊමේල් ටිකක් චෙක් කරගත්තා.
දැන් මෙහෙම තමයි. හොඳම ක්‍රැබ්ස් තින්නෙත් මෙහෙනේ.
අයියෝ අද මැච් එක මිස් වෙනවනේ.
නෑ.
#1 Sports Hub, bringing you the live and exclusive action of the first quarter final in the ThePapare.com Basketball Championship 2016. St. Benedict's College taking on Marisila College Nigambu. Marisila College champions of Group A, St. Benedict's College runners-up of Group C, competing to book their spot in the all-important semi-final that is going to be played on the 15th of July 2016. That is Friday here at Henry Pedris Basketball Court. Krishan, good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon.
The game is all due to start.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, it seems to be two teams preparing for the jump ball now. And compared to the height average, Maisa seems to be having a competitive advantage over the Benz. And I think Benz will use their speed to make some points coming in. And we'll see how it goes now.
Anton. And yes, Marisla wins the jump ball, the traditional jump ball start here, and that's the start of the first quarter final as the ball just rolls over. Missing everyone, and it will be in favor of St. Benedict's College. The first position for them after losing the jump ball start. Right outside the perimeter, sending it down to the point guard, now passing around. And that's not the best of the passes you can expect at the start of the game. Nishit completely missing it. First position for Marisila College. Misses it once again, 0-0 still. Looking for options, gets it down to the point guard, now off the perimeter, drives in. Off the board, rebounded by Anton. On the break now. Sends a wide long pass across to the skipper. Tries a shot, misses it completely. Second chance after the rebound. Once again a miss and collected cleanly by the Marisla boys. On the fast break and a beautiful pass but intercepted in the middle by Anton. So many loose passes here. Teams not settling down. Sudhava and Abraham, that was still both the teams trying to break rather draw first blood here in this first quarterfinals. Calming things down, St. Benedict's now settling into the possession, into the post up play. Tries the field goal, a mid-range jumper, misses it completely, rebounded well, but stolen on the process of the turnover to Shimel. Blocked away. A good head-to-head game at the start of the first quarterfinal. On the break, 2 on 3, gets it off to Marisla College. Nigambu misses it once again. Turnover and a fast break to the skipper. Easy layup off the board, misses it. Signs of nervousness by both the teams. Anton looking for options, gets it outside once again to the skipper for the field goal. 0 out of 0 for both the teams as yet. Intercepted, and Anton with an easy shot here. That's a pity, Rishan. Expected more out of this lad. He's been playing a really good game in the preliminary rounds.
It seems to be like the team's trying to settle themselves down here because maybe the venue is neutral and they're getting used to the boards and the nature of the rims now. And the team seems to be playing a very zone defense where they, I think, are pretty afraid to go to man-to-man and to see how they can settle down and note the players now. And they're trying to work out the ball and play with the post. But everyone is trying to get through, penetrate to the middle and drive to the basket. But no one seems to be making the points so far. And 3 minutes less of the first quarter.
That was Ravinta Pereira for you, and that's the replay on your screen. It was one of the good passes, but unfortunately his other teammate couldn't just grab it on. He was not on the same wavelength. It was just a 2-on-2 situation, completely missing it off. 3 minutes gone in the first quarter, and neither of the teams have scored, and that is how intense this quarterfinal can be. Missing an easy layup. Back down to the skipper, Dinuka. And this time he nails it. That's the first 2 points for St. Benedict's College as they get the party started here at the ThePapare Basketball Championship first quarterfinal. Leading the game after 3 minutes, 2-0. Missing a host of chances. A good pass once again. Referee calls up a violation. That will be moving. Turnover ball for St. Benedict's. Ravinta with the ball. Tries to get his fancy dribbles, misses it. And that's Marisla College on a fast break. Easy pickings for Malsha and Drumis. Game squad 2-all. And a beautiful turnover on the upfront court. Ravinta Pereira nailing it off. Leading the game by 2 points. Marisla College, Nigambu. Off the court calls the referee. Into the middle, takes a field goal, mid-range jumper, misses it completely off the ring. Out into the perimeter, now penetrates on a beautiful pass. Easy pickings once again. Marisla College, Nigambu finally finding touch, rattling the defense. But they will have to make sure that they keep continuing the same play. Coach Anton right up on the bench for Marisla College, making sure that his players does well in his defense. Ravinta puts a pass right off the post. Is deemed off the defense, but Anton makes a shot beautifully, wearing the number 7 jersey. 4-6 with 6 minutes remaining in this quarter. Into the middle. Good pressure by the defense off the post. Easy pickings. That I really don't think, Rishan, that was the best of the shots to select right down there.
Yeah, I think he could do a turnover and off the spin from the basket and reach for a shot. But he's trying to, I think, draw a foul from the defensive player there. But mostly, I think Marisla is trying to play with a high post on the offensive workout. and I think it's not seems to be working properly for them. So it's a foul call out by referee on Stella, player number 8.
That's Ashane Veerasinghe, to be very precise, wearing the number 8 jersey for Stella, missing it out. And now Ravintha with the ball, acting as the point guard, penetrates in, gets it out once again, offloads it to his teammate. Ravintha back on the ball once again. Sends it to Dinuka. Dinuka tries a 3, misses it. Back on Stella after the rebound. Sends it to Malshan Rumis, who gets the ball down to Shenuka Dialvis, who completely misses it, and that's Ravintha once again with the pump fake, misses the second attempt. Ronald Pereira goes all the way and misses it again off the defense of St. Benedict's College. Now Ravintha with the ball for St. Benedict's, tries a fancy little fake and sends it down the post to Anton, and he swishes the net, makes no mistake in putting that in. Game is all squared with 4 minutes remaining, 6-all in this first quarter, or the first quarter final of the ThePapare.com Basketball Championship 2016. Turned over off the defense, and that will be a easy layup, but yes, called off for a foul by the referee. Quite the right call. Nisit Pereira, who was fouled, and he will have 2 shots at his hands on the free throw line. Much needed chances for St. Benedict's. And that's the first substitution coming off for Stella College. It will be Ronald Pereira who makes his way out, and Chenra Dialvis replacing his slot on the court. Nisit gets 1 free throw in. He has another chance. Two out of 2 for Nisit, and they are leading the game by 2 points with 4 minutes remaining. 8-6 in favor of St. Benedict's College Kotahena, coached by Rex Clementine. Tries a shot down the arc, misses it completely and misses the rebound. Stella College Nigambu doesn't have their defensive rebounds up. Ravintha penetrates, sends it once again up down to the post, scores the mid-range jumper, makes no mistake in that. Winton Prince leading the game by 4 points now. St. Benedict's College Kotahena. Stella in offense, intercepted again. Good defense here by St. Benedict's College, and Winton Price on the fast break tries the shot off the board through the nets. 12-6, and that's the replay, the fast break. It's on your screen right now. Beautifully attempted, halted down. He knew exactly where the defense was placed as he took that shot off the board. And now Stella, similar fashion shot, and he makes no mistake. That's the substitution who came in, Chenra Dialvis, making sure they put pressure up front in the defense, guarding Ravintha from the half-court position. Dinuka sends it off to Nisita, who penetrates in and tries an off-court shot in an awkward angle, but rebounded well by Anton, and a beautiful post move to score another couple of points there. That's the replay. Beautifully doing it, rotating all around and confusing the defensive players. Stella College under pressure, tries off the edge. Malshan Rumis connects, trailing by 4 points, 14-10, with 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And then stolen by Malshan Rumis, easy pickings for him. Was judging Ravintha exactly, and now they are bringing up the defense, putting pressure up front with 2 minutes, with 2 points trailing Stella College. Dinuka with the ball, off the screen, misses it in the penetration. Once again to Malshan Rumis. Malshan Rumis connects the 3. There you go. That's the lead for Stella College. 15-14 with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Ravintha calls on for his play. All around, Winston Price deemed off the defense to Nisit. finds Dinuka in the middle, and Anton connects. Once again, St. Benedict's College leading this game by a point now, 16-15 after that 3-pointer by Malshan Rumis. There you go, Shanuka Dialvis gets the 2 shot and 1 chance here. And another substitution coming off for Maristella College. Praveen Alvis coming and replacing Nipun Fernando, who will find his slot in the bench with 1 minute and 18 seconds to be very precise remaining in this first quarter. Gets the advantage and nails the and one play. Shanuka Dialvis adding 3 points now. They are leading this game by a couple. Maristella College 16-18. That's Ravinta guarded really well by Malshan Rumis up front. And that's what you do when you have the lead, Rishan. You just put the pressure up front and make sure that your opponent does the mistake.
Seems to be like Maristella taking the defense off the 3-point line to a half there. I think Maristella have the momentum, but St. Benedict still remains to keep up their scoring pace. And I think if Maristella had less turnovers, they would have got a good lead in the game. And just 40 seconds ticking down on the clock. And it's an attempt for a mid-range shot there.
.28 seconds remaining, going off for a fast break. Vincent Price is blocked by Malshan Rumis. Calming down for the final possession. Malshan Rumis penetrates into the D. Drops a pass, not the best. As Shanuka Dialvis completely misses it. 15 seconds remaining. 16-18 in favor of Maristella College. Nigambu leading so far in this first quarter. Back to Malshan Rumis. Sends it to Ronald Pereira, who's just outside the 3-point line. A beautiful layup, but very unfortunate that he misses it. And that could be the final shot. As the first quarter ends in favor of Maristella College. Nigambu 16-18. And it will be a 2-minute break for both the teams to re-strategize and bring themselves on. Rishan, what's your take on the whole first quarter? Who was the better side?
I think from the first quarter itself, we can see that Maristella had a chance of dominating all the rebounds in the game, whereas only Anthony was playing a good game as a center from bench position. And if Maristella comebacks rectifying their proper handles, I think they can score some pretty good points there and lead over Benz. On the other hand, I'm not quite sure what their game strategy will be, because they're always looking into fast break and for high driving skills and penetrating into the baskets, and also they are like good 3-pointers. And if Maristella comes back with a man-to-man defense, the Benz will lose their competitive strategy, like losing their 3 points out there, because I saw like they were trying to play out with the pyramid players, trying to get some mid-range shots and attempt 3 points. And on the other hand, they were working pretty well with Anton on getting their center players working hard. We'll see how the second quarter gets on. It seems to be like the coaches are talking about a good strategy, and it seems to be like a tough quarter coming up.
And of course, reminding you about the second quarter final, which is all set to play right after this match between St. Joseph's College, Colombo and Asian International School, who are the defending champions of this title, under 19 All-Ireland A Division Boys, the ThePapare Basketball Championship 2016. They will be taking on St. Joseph's College, Colombo at 6 o'clock here at Henry Pediris Basketball Stadium, which will be played under lights. And this is probably the first time that a school's basketball game will be played under lights, or precisely a quarterfinal of a school's basketball game played under lights. And that is exactly what ThePapare.com wanted to do, to escalate schools basketball, to redefine the basketball strategies of the school boys, because that is where we can find the talent and develop it through and take it over to the national stage, and to bring pride and glory to our country, Sri Lanka. Both the teams are ready to start off the second quarter. St. Benedict's College in their team huddle, coached by Rex Clementine, and wearing white and red is Maristella College Nigambu, coached by Samantha Kandegedera and Anton Fernando. They are leading this game now by a couple of points, 16-18. And as Rishan very rightly mentioned, let's see what strategies Benedict's boys have coming into this quarter, because they've been trying a lot of fast breaks, but they've been not connecting those crucial passes at the end. They've been losing those finishing touches, so it will be very important that they make sure that they get those passes right. Penetrates in with the first possession. Maristella College Nigambu missing it and off the line. The ball will be awarded for St. Benedict's College Nigambu. Ravinta with the ball. Moving forward, sends it to Dinuka, the skipper, wearing the number 6 jersey for St. Benedict's College. Back to Ravinta, who's now looking for options. Tries to go off the screen, but decides otherwise. Back to Dinuka with an open lane. Tries a short layup. Rebounded well by Anton. And that is the key, Rishan. Anton has been really good with his rebounds. He's been etching those rebounds in their offensive plays and getting his team the second chances.
He seems to be playing very calm, and he's always judging the ball before he reacts. And you can see the way he's looking at how his team plays, playing at the moment, and how he's attempting for the rebounds. I think that's why he's very successful in making successful shots after every rebound.
Shenur Alvis with the ball, sends it out to Ronald Pereira. Back to Alvis. Alvis tries a three-pointer and nails it down. Now leading the game by 5 points, 21-16. Starts off this second quarter in style. Maristella College once again putting pressure back to Ravinta, who has been rattled by the pressure. We did witness it in the first half. Goes for the fancy shot, not sticking with the basics and misses it completely. 3 on 3 here, and Maristella College Nigambu loses the rebound. Shenukodi Alvis it was who competed himself for the rebound, who completely made a mess of it. Once again, just outside the line now. Shenukodi Alvis misses, and a foul called on Shenuka Dialvis. Misses the first shot. Shenukodi Alvis on the free throw line, and he has another chance to add one more point for the lead and make it a 6-point lead. Missing both the free throws, Shenukodi Alvis will return back to his defensive position.
And Ilum, as you can see now, the score is a really low level, which means in second quarter, normally if the scores are low, it means the game is tough inside. So if like the digits are like 16 and 21, Maristella ahead. Game seems to be very tough, though. St. Benedict seems like losing handles in their control. But if they made that baskets, I think they can tally up the score so far right now. But Maristella is, I think, repeating the same game in the first quarter. They are not. I mean, actually, we can't see an improvement in their strategies, and seems to be like they are playing very freelance offensive strategy now.
Stolen by Maristella. Shenukodi Alvis on the move. And that time St. Benedict's College makes sure that he nails it, cutting the deficit by a couple of points, 18-21. Still Maristella College Nigambu leading quite comfortably. Shenukodi Alvis sends it back to the post to Shenuka. Rebounded by Anton. The dirt ball on the fast break now. Skipper Dinuka making a mess of it. He should have opted to pass, or probably back to Ravintha and made sure that they executed the offensive play, but instead of deciding to go on a, and that's once again another substitution for St. Benedict's College. Anton, their main rebounding man, will find his position on the bench as Anjana, wearing the number 13 jersey, replaces him. Shanuka Dialvis sends it off to Dulip Fernando, who tiptoes through the D but misses the shot.
And it's very clear that Marcel are keeping up their rhythm, and though they are missing shots through layups, but still they're keeping up to it and making sure that I think they'll get used to it. Maybe probably by the third quarter to make those shots.
Indeed, it's a neutral venue, and yes, that's a timeout by Rex Clementine called for St. Benedict's College. He just knew that the momentum was shifting away from them, and making the correct call. He might want to tell his players a bit about the strategy that he wants his players to play, and reminding you about the content of ThePapare.com. All the photographs and videos published on ThePapare.com Facebook page are available for purchase at reasonable rates. You can simply send us your request email to info@thepapare.com or call our 24/7 hotline 0777 822 and purchase your copy of the match video and the match photographs at reasonable rates by ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. It's a timeout call by Rex Clementine. What do you think Rex is telling his players, Rishan?
It seems to be like Marcel team is pretty relaxed. The players are. You can see from their faces that they're pretty confident about their game here. I think that's because they have an advantage of the rebounds. But the St. Benedict's team seems to be really pressurized in themselves. I think Rex Clementine coach most strategy is really effective in critical moments. I mean, he knows to be a coach as in getting underdog teams up in the fields. So I think their strategy must be getting some outside shots, because we can see pretty tall players who are coming to block the layups, and they might attempt some shot outside the D. And yeah, we'll see then Marshall is continuing the offense.
And that is the first shot right after the timeout. Chenura Dialvis nailing another three-pointer and adding 3 more points to the scorecard. 24-18 in favor of Marisala College. Nigambu Ravintha tries to go past Chenura, who completely misses it. And an offensive foul on him. And as Rishan said, Rex Clementine, I think the correct word would be a development coach, Rishan.
Exactly.
Ravintha with the ball, with a roll off, a confusion with the screen. He shouldn't have opted for that shot. They have plenty of time in the 24 clock, but Dinuka now with the fast break goes through with the foul, misses the shot. 0 out of 0 for St. Benedict's College right there. Ronald Pereira back to Chinrudi Alvis. Alvis sends it to Dulip Fernando. Dulip Fernando tries a shot, but blocked by Shimel, and the rebound is through. 26-18 with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Marsala College Nigambu leading. Ravintha looking for options to go past his defense, finds a lane, passes it to Nisit, back to Ravintha, and he makes a mess of it. Has been their passes, Rishan, which has been a burden for St. Benedict's College. They've not been clicking through.
And intercepted by this. Yeah, that mostly we can see on the right hand side of the court is always been used. I mean, it's like on an overload strategy. With the players on the right hand side of the court, where the offense go from left. But here it seems to be very confusing. I mean, the players has to improve more coordination among themselves to make this shot.
Cutting the deficit by a couple. Now trailing by 6 points in Benedict's College. Colombo goes in with a beautiful middle lane layup. Ronald Pereira for Marisala College Nigambu. adds those 2 points that they lost in the previous possession. And one thing St. Benedict's have to make sure is how much they score points. They have to make sure they don't leak points in their defense. Otherwise, how much you score in offense is just a waste, as Ravinta goes through, rebounds to Anjana. Anjana back to Ravinta with a roll off. Goes through behind the board. Over to Shimel. Andrew Ravinta. Ravinta takes a mid-range jumper straight into the hands of Shanuka Dialvis. And Malshan Rumes, wearing the number 30 jersey, once again makes his way back, as Dulip Fernando will find his slot back in the bench for Marisla College Nigambu, leading by 8 points with 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Back to Shimel, who's wearing the number 12 jersey. To Dinuka, the skipper for St. Benedict's College. Nisit sends it to Ravinta. Ravinta tries a 3-pointer.
I think Lelum, Anton is not being used in the offense much, because I think, as you see in the first quarter, he was making baskets for them. And I think the forwards, especially in the jersey number 11, his post players, he can fake and get they can work on under the basket shot.
Well, it was Anton who did the rebounding, and once again he was substituted, and now he's back on the court. So that is one thing that Rex Clementine will be looking at. He needs rest. Anton is one of their key players, and that was the exact reason why he was substituted. But now he is back on the playing 5. Ravinta.
And they're calling for a play from Anton. Ball is working on the left hand side now of the court. Yes, yeah, they're trying to score from Anton, but I think if the off the ball players should help out Anton with where they come with the off the ball pass, and where they can go for an unexpected shot.
But the issue is they have to be very quick with their play and the passing, because right at that possession, Marisla College Nigambu defense judged what they were exactly planning to do, and Anton was right under pressure. Nisit with a small pump fake, nails it down, adds 2 more points for the score, 22-28 with 3 minutes remaining in this quarter. That's Ronald Pereira adding the 2 points that they lost. Ravinta with a layup off the ring, off the board, and off everyone.
Yeah, it's a timeout by Benz again. I think they're losing out and trailing by 8 points now.
It's a timeout called by, once again, Rex Clementine, giving and of course reminding you about the Dialogue Champions League, which is ongoing. Sri Lanka's number 1 sports hub, ThePapare, brings you Sri Lanka's premier club competition. The Dialogue Champions League has 18 clubs battle for supremacy. Live action every Saturday and Sunday from 3:15 onwards. And just seconds before, on your screen was St. Joseph's College Colombo, who has arrived into the Henry Pedris basketball complex to play off in the second quarter final, which is going to start right after this match. St. Joseph's versus Asian International School. They were the champions of the under-19 title last year. Malshan Rumes off to Shenuko Dialvis, beats the defender, misses it. Second chance, completely missed by Marisla College Nigambu. And now Ravinta with the ball. Tries a cute layup, but not the best. Back to Malshan Rumes, collects the ball. Oh, not the best of the shots. He should have rather opted a board shot there. On the fast break, Shimel waiting for his teammates to come. Sends it to Nisit, Nisit to Shimel, 2-on-2 play, and a beautiful shot there to cut the deficit by a couple of points. And that is what Rishan St. Benedict should have been doing. They have to make sure that they get their passes right.
Exactly. I think they have to increase the number of passes they are getting to make the scores. And so far, I mean, they have the chances to catch up with the Maricela score level right now. I think they are pretty calm on their playings, and think they tend to think more a bit to pass and play on a situation rather driving individually alone to penetrate to the basket.
Not getting full value of those free shots. Skipper Dinuka goes off a fast break. He'll be disappointed, missed that layup from quite a mile. Second chance on Dinuka, missed. Shimel with the rebound, tries once again, missed it completely. No points scored in that possession for St. Benedict's College. Malshan Rumes misses it again. 1 minute remaining in this second quarter. Ravinta sends it off to Dinuka, and a foul called.
I think that timeout was worth it. You can see the game has changed now, and the Maestra players seems to be very complicated about how their rhythm has changed, because I saw St. Benedict is getting a half-court defense online. That's to prevent Maestra taking fast break opportunities, and then when there's a turnover, Benedict is attacking on fast break situations, and that's how I think they draw the foul as here to make some shots.
General Alvis from the line, off the ring, misses it. On the fast break to Shimel. Shimel doesn't get his hands on the pass by Ravinta. And that's another timeout called by Samantha Kandagidara and Anton Fernando, the two coaches of Maristella College Nigambu, with 55 seconds to be very precise remaining in the second quarter. 25-30. Maristella College leading by 5 points.
The margin was 8 points, and within 1.5 minutes they were able to get down up to 5 points now. And I think the coach realized from Maricela that the strategy has to be changed, because now they're taking over for a full court defense where the Maricela players I think not used to. But if you notice one thing, if you see the reach of the Maricela players, they actually reach the rim. I mean, I think there's a big high disadvantage overall in the game. The only opportunity the Benedicts will have some outside shots, or if not, they make the proper use of the situations like 2-on-2, 3-on-3. I think this the last minutes of the second quarter, it's a good example, like how Benedicts should keep on playing to gain some points.
The first quarter final of the ThePapare Basketball Championship 2016, live and exclusively brought to you by Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, ThePapare.com. From Hendry Pedri's Basketball Complex, St. Benedict's College versus Maricela College Nigambu. 25-30 with 1 minute remaining in this quarter, just before half time. Ravinta with the ball, sends it off to Shimel wearing the number 20. Back to Ravinta. Pass intercepted on the fast break for General Alvis. Misses a layup on the other side, rebounded by St. Benedict's College. Ravinta with the ball now, sends it to Shimel. It was a 2-on-3 situation at first, and a tight defense up front. A full court press in this final few seconds of the second quarter. Malshan Rume is wearing the number 30 jersey for Maricela College Nigambu. Tries a pass, intercepted.
I think the clock is reset for another 24. They have enough time to make for a shot within the 17 seconds.
That was an easy picking, but just missed it. He'll get a foul. He will have 2 shots at his ease. A shooting foul called on Shanuka Dialvis, who's wearing the number 11 jersey, who will have the chance to add 2 points after this game between St. Joseph's College and the defending champions of this title, Asian International School, who lost their first match to Malisala College Nigambu. Malisala are the group champions of Group A, while St. Benedict's are the runners-up of Group C, and St. Joseph's College Colombo, who's playing the second quarter-final, are the champions of Group C. That's how it is, the story from Henry Pedris Basketball Complex, and it's half-time on the first quarter-final.
හලෝ මචං.
හායි.
මං හිතුවා ඕස්ට්‍රේලියා ගියාට පස්සේ ලංකාවේ පාරවල් අමතක වුණා කියලා. හොයාගන්න අමාරු නේද?
ෆෝන් එකේ ඔන්ලයින් මැප් එක තියෙනවනේ. මෙහෙ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් හරි ෆාස්ට්. එන ගමන් ඊමේල් ටිකක් චෙක් කරගත්තා.
දැන් මෙහෙම තමයි. හොඳම ක්‍රැබ්ස් තින්නෙත් මෙහෙනේ.
අයියෝ අද මැච් එක මිස් වෙනවනේ.
නෑ. අපි ෆුල් කනෙක්ටඩ්. මෙතන ඉඳලා ලයිව් බලන්න පුළුවන්.
ඔසී වලත් මේ වගේ නෑනේ. ලෝකෙම හොඳ මේවනේ මෙහෙ තියෙන්නේ.
දවසින් දවස මේවා අලුත් කරන්නේ ඩයලොග් තමයි.
ලංකාවේ අපේ ජීවිතවල නවතම තාක්ෂණයෙන් සුවිසල් පෙරලියක් කරන්නට අද මෙන්ම හෙටත් ඩයලොග් නිබන්ධව කැපවෙයි.
ළමයෝ දැන් ඩේටාවලට ඔච්චර ලෝභ වෙන්න ඕන නෑ. ඔන්න ඩයලොග් හෝම් බ්‍රෝඩ්බෑන්ඩ් එකේ ඩේටා ඩබල් වෙලා.
එහෙනම් ඩබල් ගෙවන්නත් වෙයි.
නෑ, තියෙන ඩේටා වගේ ඩබල් ලැබෙනවා පරණ ගානටම නොමිලේ.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකකේ සහ වේගවත්ම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් සම්බන්ධතාවයෙන් දැන් රැට ඩේටා ඩබල් වෙලා.
ඩේටා ඩබල්.
ඩයලොග් අනාගතය ආදායි.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadika! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need. Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Bah. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day and...
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Welcome back on www.ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. And it's all set here to start the second half action in the first quarter final of the ThePapare Basketball Championship 2016, played between St. Benedict's College Kotahena and Marisla College Nigambu. So far, Marisla College has been leading this game 32-25, and as the two teams walk in to start the second half, in the first half it's been Malshan Rumesh who has top scored for Marisla College, scoring 9 points. And for St. Benedict's, it has been Anton Michael who top scored, wearing the number 7 jersey. He has scored 7 points for St. Benedict's College in the first half. Referee walking in to give out the ball here to start the second half of the first quarter final in the ThePapare Basketball Championship 2016. There you go, Marisla College with the first possession. Takes a mid-range jump as the first shot. Chenura Dialvis misses it, sends it off to Ronald Pereira. Back to Chenura. Chenura finds Praveen Alvis. Sends it over to Kavin Patiraja, who penetrates in, misses it completely. Ball still with Marisla College Nigambu. Praveen Alvis missing that shot. Tries to penetrate but intercepted by the bench. That's Shimel with the ball, wearing the number 12 jersey. Back to Ravinta. Ravinta sending off to skipper Dinuka. Back to Shimel from the 3-point line. Misses it off the ring. That's Shanuka Dialvis passing it back on to Ronald Pereira. Ronald Pereira back to Praveen Alvis. Takes a layup as everyone misses the rebound. A big start here at the second half. And Shanuka Dialvis once again missing that rebound. Dinuka, the skipper, Dinuka Pereira on the fast break. Hits it at the edge of the board. And now it's been a fast break situation for Marisla College. 2 out of 2 gone. And finally, Shanukudi Alvis manages to get a shot in.
So I think the defensive strategy also have changed here. They are taking man-to-man defense, the St. Benedict's team. And I think it's a really nice to see their game improvement in their game, because you saw they were passing throughout for fast breaks and more like a teamwork, I would say, that the way they play now. And the Maestra players are being taken like man-to-man, which is, I think, in a way that to get down the three-pointers.
That's the top scorer, Anton, who tried on a jumper but completely missed it. He scored 7 points in the first half. One of the star players today for St. Benedict's College, Kotahena. Skipper Dinuka Gamage sends it off to Shimel Lianage. Back to Dinuka Gamage. Deemed off the defense. But Anton manages to try another shot. And this time he's blocked by Praveen Alvis. Sends it to Nisit. Nisit finds Dinuka Gamage, the skipper, an easy under the basket shot. Nails it, adds 2 more points, 27-34. 7 minutes remaining in the quarter. Shanukudi Alvis sends it to Chenura Alvis, who penetrates in but blocked by Anton, who puts a hand up, but he's been called off for a foul. And those will be the first 2 free throws for Chenura, who's on the free throw line. And yes, it's a substitution by Maristella College Nigambu. Kavin Pathiraja goes out and Dulip Fernando makes his way back in. Chenura gets the first one in. He has another chance to add 1 more point. 2 out of 2 at the start of the third quarter for Maristella College. 27-36, quite comfortably leading this game. Ravinta sends a long pass down to Shimel Lianage. Easy pickings. Cuts the deficit by 2 points. 29-36 now.
And the Maristella defense also have changed. They are taking a 1-3-1 defense against Benedict's. But still, Benedict's are playing a very intelligent game now. That's giving a tough comeback to the Maristella players.
Dinuka Gamge will pass it on to Ravinta, wearing the number 11 jersey. Off the screen by Nisit, but doesn't quite execute the play properly. Falls into trouble, but manages to find Shimel Lianage onto his right. It's a turnover in favor of Maristella College Nigambu. Chenuka misses the layup. Rebounded well by St. Benedict's College. On the other side, Anton doesn't quite get hold of the ball to get on to his shot. Anton Michael with the first attempt on his free throw. Misses it. He has 1 more shot, 1 more chance to add a point and make it 30-36, but unfortunately he misses both. Score remains at 29-36 with 6 more minutes remaining in the game. And a fast break by Ronald Pereira on the other end for Maristella College. Gets the lead back on. It's 29-38 now. Slowly taking the chances, half chances away from St. Benedict's College. Maristella College Nigambu is dominating this game. They have been since the start. Chenura with the ball, looking for options here. Opts to drive through, but finds Dulip Fernando, who penetrates in from the middle lane, but fails. Anton rebounds, sends it off to Nisit. Nisit to Dinuka Gamage, wearing the number 6 jersey, who's on the lane, but unfortunately blocked by Shanuka Alvis.
I think Maristella have managed to keep their rivals at low pace now. because they're playing a very good defense as well. Teams, I think, more than the first quarter, they are putting a big effort on the third quarter to grab baskets, and it's very you can see how hard they are playing in this game, Lelu.
Once again, Anton has 2 more chances to add 2 more points. It's been 3 free throws straight forward that he has missed. He missed both the free throws in the earlier chances as well. 4 free throws gone into the waste. You cannot afford that at this point of the game. You have to make sure that you get every shot in, and it's beautiful defense by Maristella College Nigambo. Man-to-man defense right on, putting pressure, and that time that turnover doesn't bring full value for them, as Ronald Pereira misses the shot. Dinuka Gamage on the other side doesn't quite get hold of the ball for the layup. To Shimel Lianage. Tries a mid-range jumper. Misses it. Chenro Dialvis with the ball, but not the best of the dribbling efforts there.
I think St.Benedict is trying to find a weakness in the defense to make some baskets now, and the jersey number 11, I think he has become more supportive player throughout now from the third quarter and assisting his teammates to get through. And there's substitution happening from Maristella in, and as well as from St. Benedict.
Indeed, Chenro Dialvis going off. And replacing him will be Malshan Rumes once again, who has been the top scorer for them, scoring 9 points in the first half. Malshan Rumes gets the rebound, sends it off to Praveen Alvis. Praveen Alvis sends it up front to Ronald Pereira, who ups the layup and does well. 29-40. Maristella College is taking the game away from St. Benedict's College. St. Benedict's College is desperate for points here. They've been missing all the chances they have. Malshan Rumes sends it back to Ronald Pereira, who passes it to Shanuka Dialvis. Takes an easy under the basket shot, and a timeout called by Rex Clementine. 29-41. Rishan, what did St. Benedict's miss?
Actually, St. Benedict has to come back in this timeout. If not, they're going to lose their momentum of scoring, because Maristella very clearly have identified their plays and how their defense works, and they have to re-strategize the way they play. Where I see that the offense has gone down from St. Benedict's, where they try to score from freelance offense and see how it works. But the Maristella players in the very beginning of third quarter seems to be complicated by the defense, but they have come back. I think the game changed with the 1-3-1 defense. It's a good call by the coach to stop the Benedict's fast break. I mean, after the fast break was stopped, St. Benedict's didn't have an option of scoring. I think that's where they were suppressed by some Maristella, and
Indeed, Rishan, and reminding you about the recap. Log on to ThePapare.com at 6:30 p.m. every day on the dot for the recap, your daily sports update, which brings you day's news and information from the sporting arena right to your doorstep. If you have missed any of the sporting news throughout the day, you can simply log on to www.thepapare.com at 6:30 on the dot and be updated about what happened around you in the island nation. The recap, your daily sports update, as St. Benedict's College starts off the rest of the remaining time in this third quarter after the timeout called by Rex Clementine, their coach. Nisit sends a long pass to Shimel Hevage, who tries to go on a baseline layup, but gets a foul on him.
Maristella players are being really aggressive on the defense now, because I thought them to come comfortably and to keep scoring, but still they are concentrating on their defense. If you see Lelum, it's like help man-to-man defense, where a zone defense they're taking on, and where always the play is double teamed by defensive players.
A good fight there by Ravinta, and finally Nisita wins the ball for St. Benedict's College. But Ronald Pereira on the full rises up, stretches his hand and blocks off that long pass which was going off for a fast break situation. Ravinta with the ball once again. Small little fancy tricks, but misses it completely. I think he needs to stick on to his basics, as it will be an easy picking once again for Ronald Pereira on the other side. There you go, the replay on the screen. Straight off the board, a beautiful layup by Ronald Pereira. 29-44, 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Game simply getting out of hands from St. Benedict's College. And another 2 points added on. The key thing here, Rishan, is that the scoring momentum, the scoring rate of Maristella has been constant, and that is why St. Benedict's College has found it hard to cut the deficit down. They've been missing a lot of shots. They've not settled down in the offense, or rather they are not just executing their plans properly in the offense. And of course you can see the face of Coach Rex Clementine. He is not happy at all.
I think the players are not delivering expected execution from the timeout, and also like the master players seems to be very constant, like you said, Lelum, where they are very aware of what they are doing on court. Like it takes time St. Benedict's players to reorganize themselves in the offense and defense, and by the time they're trying to get back with the score pace, Maristella is being constant and getting more up in the air.
There you go, that's the replay. That was a very easy picking there for Maristella College, as Ravinta sends the ball through the defense line. Not the best of the passes for you to opt at this point of the game. You have to make sure that you go back to your basics, settle down, execute your offensive play that the coach has advised, and get the points on, because you're trailing by more than 10 points, 29-48 with 2 minutes remaining, and you just have another probably 12 minutes left in the game as a whole for you to cut the deficit down. As skipper Dinuka Gamage doesn't find touch, but as usual Anton Michael doing what he does the best, collecting the dirt ball and bringing full value on that second chance. That's the replay. Anton Gamage putting it off the board. Beautiful effort by the youngster. Malshan Rumeis sends it off to Ronald Pereira, and he does well collecting the rebound and shooting it off. 2 minutes remaining, to be very precise, rather 1.5. 31-50. Half century mark here for Maristella College. They are easing away to book their spot in the semi-final, which is scheduled to be played on the 15th of July here at Henry Petries Basketball Complex. And reminding you, it will be also live streamed on ThePapare.com. It's the Papare Basketball Championship 2016, redefining schools basketball.
And Lilum, you see like some fresh players are coming off the bench. I think the coaches are putting their plans into action with the new players, and there will be some new inputs coming in. And both the teams actually substitute new fresh players from the bench.
Indeed, Nipun Fernando wearing the number 12 jersey came in for Maristella College. And Shadawan Abraham wearing the number 14 jersey came in for St. Benedict's College. So fresh legs for both the teams. It will be a very interesting phase of play, this final minute of the third quarter, flow of the game. Maristella College in their offense. Ronald Pereira through the defensive line, penetrates in and connects a beautiful layup to add a couple of more points. That's the replay. As Tahir Akbar Ali, you can see in the background, the captain of the Asian International School, who are the defending champions of this title. He was also the captain of the Under-18 National Tour, which was concluded a couple of weeks ago, has arrived on the court for their quarter-final, which is scheduled to be played right after this match with St. Joseph's College. Dinuka Gamage now trying to find open spaces through the defense, misses it. Ronald Pereira gets the rebound. Settle things down to Malshan Rumeis, who goes off the left side, misses the shot. Nipun Fernando rebounds, tries an awkward shot. 3 out of 3 shots gone away for Marisla College. Ravinta sends it off to the substitute Shadavan tries a 3-pointer through the nets. 35-52. That's the replay. Is a very anticipated shot right onto the target. And 0-0 says the clock and marks the end of the third quarter. 35-52. 10 more minutes remaining for St. Benedict's College. Rishan, what do you think their plans should be coming off to the final quarter?
Yeah, before I just want to make a mark where on the replay earlier, if you see Rex Clementine's expression was he was very happy when he was making a 3-point. I think number 14 player is a 3-pointer for the Benedicts, and where their actually plan worked off. I think Benedict still had the opportunity to compete in the fourth quarter. At least they can cut down the deficit. Okay, now it's like more than 20 points, yeah? So 20 points of deficit to get down low. They need to be more intelligent in their offense. I see like there's a change again where players are a bit kind of trying to reorganize themselves.
There you go, ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports app, sponsoring this under-19 A Division All-Line and Boys and Girls Tournament, redefining schools basketball and renaming it the Papare Basketball Championship 2016. And for more years to come, this tournament will be called off by that name, with the sole motive of escalating schools basketball and bringing it into the spotlight to find new talent and potential and to escalate them off to the national stage. Sri Lanka's #1 sports app, ladies and gentlemen, ThePapare.com. Reminding you about the free hit on ThePapare.com, the unique platform to voice your opinion. Quickly put together a passage of fully blown blog of our beloved game, cricket, and send it to our platform. Free hit. You can send in your contribution to editor at ThePapare.com, and we will make sure that we publish it on our website to our audience to get a feel of what you actually think about cricket as a whole in Sri Lanka. It's the quarter break here, stepping into the final 600 seconds of this first quarter final of the Papare Basketball Championship 2016. 35-52. Marisala College Negombo leading quite comfortably. It will be very interesting what coach Rex Clementine has prescribed for these St. Benedict's boys. Final 600 seconds are ready to start. Final team huddle for St. Benedict's College Kotohena. Getting a prayer in. Fresh legs continue. Shadavan Ahmed is still on the playing 5. So Coach Rex would be expecting a bit more of 3-pointers from him, isn't it, Rishan?
Yes, indeed, Lelu. I think he can change the game now. A couple of 3 points actually can pump the team up.
But well, Marisla College thinks otherwise as they nails the first shot and adds another couple of points onto the scorecard. Ravinta now with the ball for St. Benedict's College. Looking for options, gets it to Dinuka Gamage to Shadavan Ahmed on the post. Penetrates through the baseline, passes to Anton, finds Shadavan once again on the other side, tries a long range effort, misses it completely. And a beautiful effort by Ronald Pereira goes into the waste paper basket as he misses the layup. Winston Price, another 3-pointer, not even near the ring. Those are the frustration signs kicking off, and Ronald Pereira once again through the defense but just hits the edge of the ring. On the other side, Dinuka Gamage connects for St. Benedict's College, cuts the deficit by a couple. 37-54 is the score line. Ronald Pereira sends it to Malshan Rumes, back to Ronald Pereira to Praveen Alvis. Gets a post move around and connects. Adds another couple. Dinuka Gamage finds Shadavan Ahmed, tries a 3-pointer. Very unfortunate, just bounces off the ring and out of the line. That's what Coach Rex Clementine wants from him. He needs him to try more and more three-pointers to cut the deficit down, because it's just 8 minutes remaining in this game. Praveen Alves sends it off to Shanukodi Alves, who misses it, gets it on the second attempt, and an and one chance. So a lot of advantage here for Maristella College. Nigambu, he's on the line for another shot to add another point. Shanukadi Alves misses the and one opportunity. Will settle down with the 2 points he scored. Ravinta back again with the ball for St. Benedict's College. Stolen very well by Ronald Pereira. He goes for the layup, misses. And yes, the referee's whistle will completely blow off there, because Ravinta just stepped out of the line against the rule of basketball. Once again intercepted by Ronald, but Shadavan finds his hands on the ball. He tries a shot, who goes all the way around and tries the layup and manages to score. Desperate couple of points for St. Benedict's College. 7 minutes remaining, 39-58. Shanukadi Alves right from the middle connects. 60-39. Yeah, there you go. That's the replay. Beautiful shot right into the middle. Skipper Dinuka Gamage with the ball for St. Benedict's. There's nothing much that these lads can really do unless they can swish more and more three-pointers. Sends a long-range pass to Winston Price, who's on the edge. Dinuka Gamage with the rebound, but completely makes a mess of it. And another fast break situation there. Ronald Pereira scores freely. Coach Samantha Kandegedara and Anton Fernando will be very relieved as Maristella books their place on the semi-final. A beautiful passage of passing, but I thought Anton should have attempted his shot in the first time.
Here gonna support the
Indeed, Ashen Veerasinghe and Anjana Pereira is back on the playing five for St. Benedict's College. Trying to dish out a couple of three-pointers, of course, but I really don't think, Rishan, there's nothing much they can do right. The game, it's 39-66. The scoreline clearly states how dominant Maristella College have been. Sends it off onto the three-point line, but Chandra Dialvis misses it. Rebounded by St. Benedict's, but intercepted in the middle as Praveen Dialvis opts a mid-range jumper. He even misses it. It was a good interception by Shanuka Dialvis, cutting down the fast break. Once again, Shanuka Dialvis does what he does the best, intercepting that pass and cutting the fast break off. And that has been a really big burden for St. Benedict's College, as they have not connected any of their fast breaks properly since the start of the second half. Praveen Alves finds Ronald Pereira, looking for options, tries to go through the defense, just hits the board, but he manages to secure the rebound. Back to Praveen Alves, but Shadavan Ahmed gets hold of the ball, trying his fancy little tricks, and opts for a three-pointer. No rebound, and hence Maristella College will have the ball in their hands to Ronald Pereira, who will have an easy layup on the left side. Pump fakes, but fails. A no-look pass there, but wasn't the best of the ideal situations for him to do that. They're trailing by more than 20 points and just 2 minutes remaining in this game. 39-66. So St. Benedict's College, they have to make sure that they come up with their basic shots and basic passes, but maybe the time is just far too out of reach for them, as Malshad Rumey nails another three-pointer for Maristella College. 69-39, and what a game it has been for Maristella College. Nisit now looking for options, sends it off to Winston Price, back to Ashen. Misses the shot. Ronald Pereira sends it off to Chandra Dialvis. Rebounded by Winston. Sends it off to Shadda Mohammed. Blocked off by Ronald Pereira. Praveen Alves with the rebound. Sends it off to Malshan Rumeis. nails another 3-pointer. And a substitution comes in for Stella College Negombo. Dulan Shaminda in the place of Shanuka Dialvis, who just found his spot on the bench, and Rex Clementine has also called in for a substitution. It was Shadawan Ahmed who just made his way back.
But Lelum, actually, if St. Benedict's have concentrated more on the defense, they could have cut down this rate of deficit. I mean, they improved them to catch on the offense and make few baskets. It's like back in for past few years, St. Benedict's is known to be a very competitive team in fast and on 3-pointers. But unfortunately, in this year of team, we didn't see much competitive edge that they are bringing, that instinct value as from St. Benedict's College.
Indeed, and it's the final minute in play, 39-72. Stella College will book their spot in the semi-finals of this PAPARE Basketball Championship 2016. And Rishan, we are choosing the papare.com play of the match, and I guess this time around it will be Ronald Pereira who wore the number 14 jersey for Stella College.
Yeah, he's been like more on the defensive side, offensive side. He's been doing a great job for Stella, especially driving those fast break and converting them into successful points, as well as he missed a few shots, but he was able to repay the depth that he owed to the team there.
Indeed, his positioning during the fast break was just exceptional. He was right on money. He just made sure he got his layups right, and his interceptions were really good. So Ronald Pereira, yes, you are the papare.com player of the match in this first quarter final of the PAPARE Basketball Championship 2016. 41-72. Stella College leading this game and dominating from the word go as they started at 4 o'clock. And two more substitutions coming in from St. Benedict's side, just putting fresh legs and giving a chance for the youngsters in this final 23 seconds to be very precise. There's nothing much St. Benedict's College can do right now. It's just all gone for them. And they will bid farewell to the PAPARE Basketball Championship today. And they will have to have their hopes and re-strategize themselves in the following year to win this championship. But it's really great to see St. Benedict's coming off, because it's been after a while that they are playing A Division basketball. They were a really competitive team during those days, Rishan, weren't they?
Yeah, they have remember Clinton Stella was there, and they represent Sri Lanka schools mostly.
And yes, that's the end of the first quarter final as Stella College Negombo books their spot in the semi-final of the PAPARE Basketball Championship 2016, winning the game against St. Benedict's College 41-75. And the papare.com play of the match would be none other than wearing the number 14 jersey for Stella College, Ronald Pereira, who came up with an exceptional performance, positioning himself in both offense and defensive plays were just exceptional. And he was right on money on the fast breaks. And he is the papare.com player of the match. As the two teams shake hands, it will be a sad walk for St. Benedict's College as they will be kicked out of the tournament, and Stella College will advance on to the semi-final. Rushan, what a game it was.
It was a great game. Benedict actually, they didn't give up. They had a good competitive edge giving to Stella. They were holding back hard, and I think it was the physical qualities that they were lacking here, because you see the as I mentioned, like the height advantage and the reach the Stella players had was really immense, and helped them to make more baskets.
The papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, bringing you the live and exclusive action of the first quarter final of the papare.com Basketball Championship 2016, with the sole motive of escalating schools basketball and redefining the school basketball franchise to find new talent and potential to bring up them for the national stage. And the second quarter final will be played right after at 6 o'clock here at Henry Page Reese Basketball Complex under lights between St. Joseph's College Colombo and the defending champions of this title, Asian International School. So we do invite you to stay tuned on the papare.com as we will bring you the live action from the second quarter final as well. My name is Lelumem, together with Rishan Wisby, inviting you to stay tuned on the papare.com for the second quarter final. Signing off, sharing the passion. Until we meet again.
මං හිතුවා ඕස්ට්‍රේලියා ගියාට පස්සේ ලංකාවේ පාරවල් අමතක වුණා කියලා. හොයාගන්න අමාරු නේද?
ෆෝන් එකේ ඔන්ලයින් මැප් එක තියෙනවානේ. මෙහෙ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් හරි ෆාස්ට්. එන ගමන් ඊමේල් ටිකක් චෙක් කරගත්තා.
දැන් මෙහෙම තමයි. හොඳම ක්‍රැබ්ස් තින්නෙත් මෙහෙනේ.
අයියෝ අද මැච් එක මිස් වෙනවානේ.
නෑ. අපි ෆුල් කනෙක්ටඩ්. මෙතන ඉඳලා ලයිව් බලන්න පුළුවන්.
ඔසී වලත් මේ වගේ නෑනේ. ලෝකෙම හොඳ මේවනේ මෙහෙ තියෙන්නේ.
දවසින් දවස මේවා අලුත් කරන්නේ ඩයලොග් තමයි.
ලංකාවේ අපේ ජීවිතවල නවතම තාක්ෂණයෙන් සුවිසල් පෙරලියක් කරන්නට අද මෙන්ම හෙටත් ඩයලොග් නිබන්ධව කැපවෙයි.
ළමයෝ දැන් ඩේටාවලට ඔච්චර ලෝභ වෙන්න ඕන නෑ. ඔන්න ඩයලොග් හෝම් බ්‍රෝඩ්බෑන්ඩ් එකේ ඩේටා ඩබල් වෙලා.
එහෙනම් ඩබල් ගෙවන්නත් වෙයි.
නෑ, තියෙන ඩේටා වගේ ඩබල් ලැබෙනවා පරණ ගානටම නොමිලේ.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකකේ සහ වේගවත්ම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් සම්බන්ධතාවයෙන් දැන් රැට ඩේටා ඩබල් වෙලා.
ඩේටා ඩබල්.
ඩයලොග් අනාගතය ආදායි.